San Diego. Sunshine almost year-round, amazing beaches, fantastic food, a variety of entertainment endeavors. Overall, it's a wonderful place to live. Unless you're a fan of literally any of their sports teams. If there's one team that has suffered the most, it might very well be the Jets, but San Diego as a city takes the cake in terms of sports suffering. If you had to grow up as a fan of a team from San Diego, it goes a little something like this. When a team is actually good, you have a feeling of excitement, jubilation, and happiness. There's a confidence that your team is finally going to get the job done, but it's a mirage. Because the rug always gets pulled out right from under you by season's end. You're so close to the pinnacle of success, only to be left feeling despair, dejection, and dissatisfaction. It's a cruel cycle that leaves a person as a cynic because you've seen this story of habitual disappointment play out so many times. In 2023, San Diego State had one of the greatest NCAA tournament runs we've seen in recent memory. They won their first two games, beating a 12 and 13 seed. In the Sweet 16, they matched up against the #1 overall seed Alabama, and against all odds were able to take them down. They were able to rectify their loss a year prior to Creighton and advance to their first ever Final Four. They were mere seconds away from being eliminated when this happened.
Butler in the corner with 1 second, hoists the jumper, it's good!
I know San Diego State fans felt pure jubilation, only to fall short in the national championship game a few days later. In 2022, the Padres caught fire as a 5 seed after a historic trade deadline. They went on the road to Citi Field for 3 straight road games against the Mets, beating Mad Max in Game 1, and then getting an all-time great performance from the hometown kid Joe Musgrove in Game 3 to advance to the NLDS. A surprising result, no less. But the surprises continued. They beat their division rival, the pain in their side for years, the dragon up the freeway, the Dodgers, in 4 games to advance to the NLCS, where they proceeded to run into another team that had caught fire, the 6 seed Phillies, who dispatched the Padres in 5 games. Have you ever heard the expression, "there's always a bigger fish"? Well, that applies to San Diego teams. These 2 examples aren't outright choke jobs, so much as they are instances of running into a team with just a little bit more magic. The Aztecs just played a better team in the national championship, and the Phillies just had a little bit more juice than the Padres. Even if the Padres had been able to beat the Phils, could they have beat the Stros? Or would the Astros simply have just been another team with a little bit more magic? It seems to work out that way for San Diego teams. The opposition always has just a little bit more magic. Are these results bad? Sure. Are they disastrous? For other fan bases, absolutely. For a team from San Diego, it's just a Monday. The San Diego Padres were once 6.5 games up on the Giants in the NL West with 37 games left to play. Not a huge gap, but enough of one that the Padres should have been able to hold off the Giants and win the division. Instead, the Padres went on to lose 10 straight games. 10! Becoming the first team since the Pirates in 1932 to lose 10 games in a row as a team in first place. The Padres finished second in the NL West, 2 games back of the Giants, and missed the playoffs. The San Diego Chargers once had the #1 offense and #1 defense, but couldn't figure out special teams. They finished 9-7 and missed the playoffs. John Boyce has a great video on it. The most torturous failure in the history of San Diego sports is the time the Chargers had Tom Brady on the ropes, and they let him off the hook. The Chargers were 6 minutes away from writing themselves an invitation to face Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts in the AFC Championship game. If you're old enough, you'll know that the Patriots might have had the Chargers number over the years, but the Chargers for damn sure had Peyton Manning's. It's the AFC Divisional Round, 2006, a lifetime ago. The Chargers were leading by 8 with about 6 minutes to go. The Patriots were driving, and then the miraculous happened. Tom Brady threw an interception, potentially ending New England's chances. Except when you're the Chargers, something always goes wrong. Marlon McCree decided to fumble immediately after making the interception, giving the ball right back to Tom Brady, and the Patriots marched down the field for a touchdown and then punched in a 2-point conversion. The Chargers, of course, on their next drive failed to score. Tom Brady got the ball back and led the Patriots to a go-ahead field goal. As if that suffering wasn't enough, the Chargers love to just drive the knife deeper. They managed to get into field goal range with about 10 seconds left, and Nate Kading missed the potential tying field goal that would have sent the game to overtime, something Chargers fans would become accustomed to over the years with their Pro Bowl kicker. The tragedy of the situation was that the Chargers had Tom Brady on the ropes. You almost had him. Almost. But it's okay, Charger fans. Chargers left San Diego for LA, so surely the bad voodoo magic is gone.
Hit it, Jack. Herbert fires too high. On first down. Got it, but there's a flag down.
Well, let's check in with the Clippers, who were formerly in San Diego. Were they able to break the curse by moving to LA? Nope. What about a team outside of the major professional sports? Major League Rugby? Nope. It's as if being a choke artist encodes in the DNA of teams from San Diego. So even if they do move away, there is no escape. It follows them wherever they go. Perhaps this year will be different for those teams from San Diego. Maybe the Padres can turn it around after making big trades and big spending moves in free agency. Nope. Maybe the Clippers will finally get out of the Lakers' shadow for at least just 1 year and win a title. Perhaps Justin Herbert will have just enough magic to take the Chargers to the promised land, winning their first Super Bowl. Given the history of teams from San Diego, it would seemingly take a miracle. But should it happen, all of those moments of sadness will instantly turn to pure elation. Just ask the fans from Denver. Thank you for your time.